Selamat welcome! Okay, today we're versing Enigma, the list that was piloted by Michael Feng. Today we're versing Geoffrey Benawar, who's no stranger to playing Enigma. He's an illusionist simp ever since illusionist was introduced to the game. So in this matchup we want Tunic, it's going to be a long game. We want Snaps, and we want... Actually, Zap Clappers might be super gas. And COP or Purgatory, I'm not entirely sure. They have instants, so they can play around the Purgatory quite well, so I guess I'm gonna stick with Providence for now. And we're gonna board in our defensive hate with 3 Wisp and 3 Exude. And let's run it. Okay, it seems like they're on the Calming Gesture instead of the new arms. Huh. Them not playing Truce turn 0 is sending, like, super weird. Probably want to keep the blue. We can block like so, I guess. They're probably going to transcend and then create a thingamabob. This gets go again, and then they attack for 2 with the little thingy. So yeah, I'm interested, like, we don't get the extra block value. Huh. That's odd. So they're not choosing and they're not transcending. Interesting option. Oh, they are. Because they didn't have any cards in graveyard to target with. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that and Passover would be really awkward to play with. Okay, this is great. This means we can convert our hand. This is a lightning starter. We go blue, and then we end on Static Shock, create embodiment, and arsenal this. It's probably just gonna eat up the Spectral Shield, because I don't think it's gonna be worth to be pitching into AB, into this, especially if they want to block. Oh, if they have a non-block, then sure. It's not the best turn. We're only dealing 1 plus 2 plus 4. So what's that? 7 damage total. But the 4 is threatening. Interesting. They're using Shelter. Yeah, I guess it's completely fine to just like end on this. They're going to use a 3 block and the Shelter prevention. Or they have a D-React. Makes sense, but they just wasted a whole Shelter for only 1 prevention. Like, instead of pitching this, like this prevents 1 from like pitching and 1 from footsteps. If they just pitched the Shelter from the get-go, they would have had restless in hand. They stopped our turn, but it's completely fine. They only have 1 card in hand, 1 card in arsenal. So even though we didn't deal any damage, we're good on tempo. Okay, we're rarely blocking if ever. This is probably like 2 cost disruption attack, like CNC or that's a big one. That's how you like 2 card 11, like deal 2, deal 9, mess with our hand. If they take like, let's see whether we can convert this hand. We can play this because it has go again, and then it's a lightning, so we have the Written in the Stars. We play this, showing this, create embodiment, arsenal our Flicker Wisp, so we can convert our entire hand. And although this is only like bumping for 2 instead of blocking for 3, but having an embodiment ready for the next turn, I feel like is worth missing out on the 1 value. But yeah, this like 2 into 9, and this prevents 1 on the way back, so in reality that's like a 2 card 12, which is insane rate. Okay, we need to keep in mind that we played 1 Naked Skizik, so 1 of our Skyward is garbage, and we probably want to block with 1 of those. Okay, they have a D-React. Like, just seeing like all these D-Reacts and instants, like Restless Coalescence, just makes me really confident that Exude is a must-have in the sideboard. So maybe if you don't like having 3, at least having 2 is good, because the defensive decks are really coming back in form, and without Viscera dealing all that split damage or set up game plan that's hard to deal with, they're more prepared to like play the game and like deal with aggro decks that are only dealing mostly physical. Like even Aurora, she doesn't do that much arcane damage outside of her Arc Lightning Flicker Wisp turn, and even then it's only like what, 6 to 8 arcane at most. And oh great, we got to line it up. And we have another lightning, so we get to do Arc first before Wisp for 1 extra damage. We have Tunic up for Weapon Swing. And we got E-Strike to dip our second Skizix, because we really don't want it, we really don't want to play like too many naked Skizix, else it makes our Skyward Serenade like a really dogshit card. Like they work really well together because it makes like 4 go again lightning card that's over 2 actions, which is really great when paired with Arc Lightning. It's lightning starter, but you don't really like without this Skizix. The value is like create embodiment and give +1. Oh wow, that's a lot of damage, but we have a lot of damage back. If we really want to, we can like COP the Skizix away and see what we draw. But I don't see really a reason to do it because we already have the E-Strike in hand. Yeah. This is why Enigma's like super powerful. She has just a bunch of overrate like phantasm attacks by being illusionist, and she also has the broken Miragai traverse turn, and we don't really have poppers. Okay, cool. So we do Arc Lightning, and we're going to do Wisp revealing Skizix, and then we're going to dip the Skizix away. We're able to do Arc Lightning before Wisp because we created the embodiment beforehand, so missing out on the 1 damage before is paid off by us dealing 1 more damage here. Okay, they're gonna try and block this out, but it's gonna eat their Spectral Shield. This one will also deal 1 over their blocks, and they don't have a D-React in Arsenal. Oh, wait. Misclicked. Happens a lot, but you don't misclick in real life. Thankfully, there's the undo button from Talishar. Okay, cool. We start off with E-Strike, bottoming Skizix. We choose draw a card. Cool, we have a Flittering and a Snatch. Probably gonna send Starfall into Flittering Arsenal to Snatch. Or if they take our Starfall, we might just send Snatch. Because if they don't respect it, we can snaps it, and like even though we already have a card in hand, if we draw like a yellow or a blue, we can create embodiment with Aurora. So yeah, we were at like a 32 to 18 deficit. We caught up quite a bit. Yep, they're gonna try and Miragai. So we don't need to snaps here. We're gonna try and keep it because there's no point in dealing like just 4. Arsenal this. This is a workable hand. This into flitter, press into flitter. They're using it not for Mirror Guy. I guess because they don't want to lose Tunic, but they don't want the snatch to hit, so that snatch was pretty valuable. Again, we're not gonna block Spectral Shield. They still have 2 cards, which means it can be disruption, such as Erase Face, CNC, Weakest Link, or that. That's also very painful. We can convert our entire hand. Let's see. 4, 4, 4, 12 plus 6, 18. 5 card 18 is not the best, but with them off of a Duriak, I'm certain that we're gonna be able to push through. And remember that we still have our Zap Clappers. Like, this makes them have to keep Tunic up or an extra resource up when they're attacking with their Mirror Guy, to respect our ability to reveal an instant and deal 1 damage and like completely stop their attack in their tracks. Cool. The Restless getting value there. Well, it makes it a 3 block, right? Because it naturally has a ward 2 and then it pops out a ward 1. So that's like the same value as a 3 block. We're gonna play the Flittering from hand. And then we're gonna press, and then we're gonna fry. Yeah, all of her attacks being like super overrate, like Phantasma, Metamorph, like even Prowler, like blue to go again, to be able to convert her hand better and trigger Transcend is pretty nutty. Okay, they're keeping all of their cards, so I'm sort of inclined to keep this, especially after they block with CNC, because like if they Mirror Guy or do something, I want to be able to like crown this away and have more blocks, or be able to threaten their scary turns more. So I'm gonna end the turn here. And this is like quite unnatural for how like an Enigma game goes. This is only turn 5 and we're already both sub 15 life. 2 card 9s are just brutal. If they bottom a card and then we draw Arc Lightning, I think we're super Gucci. And reminder that you can use your Lightning Press on a defending card to pop this type of cards. Okay, so is Flittering Charge good? Doesn't look like it. So I guess we're gonna be cashing in our crown here and try and like push for lethal with this hand. Going down to 2 is kind of scary, especially we haven't seen any Mirror Guys, but they're low enough that I'm willing to try. This hand isn't the best. We might have to like snaps a funnel, so we're gonna start with Wisp revealing Written. Like they're really considering whether they want to AB this or not. I'm not even sure if we can reach 13 with this 5-card hand. Quite unfortunate. Like if we had... Okay, at least they pitched to AB. So what we're going to do is we're going to Current Funnel Snaps it so it turns on our Photon Rush. And we dealt Arcane. So it means that our Written in the Stars is a good chain ender. And it might look like we're going to be able to strip their hand. I mean, they might just keep 2 cards. Yep, they're gonna say no blocks on a 2-power attack with no go again. This is where like saving snaps really saves your life, because without it, we would be so freaking dead. So we have the option of swinging to creating an embodiment, or drawing a card creating an embodiment. What does drawing a card do? Drawing a card lets us get, like, we can block with our entire hand and send like a 0 for 4. So I guess that's worth more than, yeah, it's definitely worth more than swinging Starfall. Oh, we were 1 card away from being like Arc. That turn would have been so good. Yeah, if we were like 1 card deeper. Okay. So we have they have 1 floating. So Zap Clappers is not gonna. We can block 5 and go to 1. Okay, we're gonna block like so. Gonna have Arc, Exude, Serenade, Starfall with CLV on board. Gonna attempt to deal 1. They can just easily AB it. Don't forget to play this out before damage, else the weakest link will take it from us. So we're going down to 1. Thankfully, Enigma doesn't have instant speed damage like we do. So yeah, this is like pretty good 3-card hand, especially with Tunic coming around. I'm so glad I didn't block with Tunic earlier. And this just makes their life even more difficult. It means they need to have like a big attack to put in front of this. If not, their instant wards and E-reacts are nullified, and we've only seen 1 Fate, 1 Sync, which means they still have plenty. This is already turn 7. Them having a Tunic is not good for us because they get to prevent an extra Arcane. But c'est la vie. This is where the Skyward is really good, because it's like, instead of a 0 for 4 go again, this is a 0 for 4 go again over 2 actions, which means that you get 2 pings off of your Arc Lightning triggers. So like this plus this gives you like 6 value for attack and then 2 pings, and this itself has 1 ping. So like just 2 cards is a 2-card 7. If you pair it with Flicker Wisp, it becomes a 3-card 13, I believe. And you just add another 4 if you have Tunic for Weapon Swing. Okay, they have the big power attack to trump our Exude. That is fine. I think we're going to be able to push through because we have this. This takes a card and their last ping, and then Skyward would either take their last card to pitch, or they take the damage we draw off of CLV, and we get to send the Skizix, unless like they pop their arm piece. But if they pop their arm piece, that's our only AB, which means we're going to get the draw off of like the Skizix at the back, because the Skizix will have go again, which means it will have the 1 ping from Arc Lightning. So I don't see a scenario where we don't get the draw here. And if we get to draw, and if it's a 0 for 4, it's really good. Okay. Sadly, it's not an action with go again, but that's fine. We can embodiment Skizix. Like you could argue like, oh, Skizix plus 1 is the same as Skizix with go again, but with Arc Lightning, Skizix having go again is not only plus 1, it deals 1 extra ping from the Arc Lightning. So almost always just like choose the go again. We're not keeping our CLV around, but it did its job. We're stripping their hand. And since this is a red, we can't pitch it into Aurora, since we already swung with our Starfall. Okay, they're not leaking any physical damage, but we're gonna deal 1 in pings. We have full tempo, they're at 3 life. Let's just hope we don't brick. And this is not a brick. Definitely not a brick. We need to count how many Skizzics we've played. Have we played all three? 1, 2. I think we still have one more. So this should be pretty damn lethal. Like Arc, Skyward, this into Starfall for split damage, and then Snatch at the end. So yeah, we got pretty lucky. Our hands were pretty good, even though they sent like a truckload of damage, like 2 card 9, 2 card 11s with the spectral shields, something into merging, go again into merging metamorph, and the weakest link. Thankfully, the instant we had in our hand was a CLV, which meant that we could play it, so we didn't get punished for like holding instants there. Let's count our go again. This is a go again. The Skizzics is a go again. If we pitch this to weapon, that's 2 and 1 split instead of like 3. Sure, it means the Snatch is less likely to hit, but we're leaking more, especially if they're blocking like this. Because this is 1 ping, the Starfall is 1 ping. If they go down to 1, we can instant speed kill them with our burn up shocks. And we've only played 1 so far, so it's already turn 8, so around halfway through our deck. I mean, we've done a bit of shuffling with Skyward, so there's no guarantee that we're gonna get it. So unless their hand is a D-React, we're gonna get there. I mean, they can pop their arms and a 3 block, but that just puts them dead to any arcane damage, and we still have like Arcanic Shockwaves, you have Flicker Wisp, our 3rd Arc Lightning. Oh no, we already played 3. So 3rd Flicker Wisp, and our 2 Arcanic Shockwaves, and our Burn Up Shock. So yeah, that's how you kill Enigma. Hope you guys liked it. Comment down below if you see like any plays that are questionable, like if you have any suggestions on like how to play better into Enigma. I feel like I did a pretty good job of like drawing Arc and Wisp. That's how you like push through their defenses and exude confidence as well, being a really good card, which means they have to block it up front with a card that's high power. Usually it's their disruption, which means at least on the crackback you won't get disrupted if they want to be able to use their D-Reacts and their instant ward cards. So yeah, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Comment down below what you think. The deck list is already posted down below. Also, if you want to see the deck tech, you can see my other video explaining my card choices, which are like, I have a bunch of 1 and 2 ofs, but overall the list's been pretty good. And yeah, that's it for today. Enough rambling. I've been Must Will and Mine, and have a goodbye.